a pleasure to welcome you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm glad we finally got together and finally did this. It's only been a long time in the making.
Wow, what a fascinating question.
I wish we had about 5 hours for this conversation because you asked really good questions.
Morning in Health Watch, early response to change.
May not be easy, but it's one of the constants in life.
Does it stress you out? Well, our next guest shows us how to embrace change.
Ariane de Bonvoisin. Did I say that right?
Ariane de Bonvoisin.
Ariane de Bonvoisin.
I'll do it right. Ariane de Bonvoisin.
Ariane de Bonvoisin.
Very good.
Right, you said it. You said it.
It's the one constant, the one thing guaranteed in life. And I just was like, there must be a way to make change easier.
You have such an incredible story.
I spent my childhood in Asia. I then went to boarding school and college in London, got an MBA at Stanford.
So you're very well traveled and you have great world experience.
Ariane, you're someone who's made a lot of big leaps in your day.
Climbed Kilimanjaro and learned to windsurf.
Hold on. Looking through your bio, it's ridiculously impressive in a good way.
7 jobs before the age of 30. Some were in publishing, some in music, some in nonprofit, some in Africa, some in Europe.
At the age of 28, you were a top executive with Time Warner.
I was at the top of a very high ladder that I think was leaning up against the wrong wall.
What's the toughest change you've ever had to make?
Leaving a successful corporate job, becoming an author.
Her new book is The First 30 Days, your guide to any change.
The first 30 days is typically when you want to get started and you want to stay started. And the good news is there are ways of actually making everyone better at change. Money changes, financial changes, relationship changes. The change muscle is something that we all have. Get a change support team around you. You do not change alone. Set up some sort of penalty and say, you know what, Robbie, you're going to hold me accountable. Any action you take is a choice to actually move forward. From this situation, something good will come.
It's a multifaceted initiative of yours.
This is what's cool about Ms. Ariane. She has a website called thefirst30days.com.
It's a wonderful companion to the book. I wanted to create a place that was full of inspiration, full of tips, with the right tools, the right experts, the right community. It's really about giving people hope, optimism, information. When I began this journey, I realized it was crucial to reach as many people as I could. So I began writing for magazines, doing radio interviews, television, also appearing on other websites and speaking live to as many people as I could. Frankly, I'm humbled by the response that I've gotten.
The website is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I started informally interviewing everyone that sat next to me at any place in time, from airplanes to restaurants. I interviewed probably a couple of thousand people who were going through everything from an accident to breaking up to being a single parent to adopting a child. Dick joins me here today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Tim is here to explain his New York Times bestseller. Welcome, Tim.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, Sherry.
Well, it sounds very exciting, Ariane.
What has happened in the last few months that we find ourselves in such a time of turmoil, crisis? Is ambition a bad thing that we want to move away from it?
I don't think it's bad, necessarily.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. I love your show. Thank you.
We've done so many of these interviews together over the phone, and it feels interesting that there's like a sea of women out there to watch us this time.
I'm going to be an inspiration for someone else. I'm going to show them that it's possible. But ultimately, you're the guru. You're the wise guy. You're the person that actually has the answer. Change happens through the heart. We're all so much more powerful and resilient and intuitive than we've ever been told.
You know what I think is so fascinating about you? You really have all of the materials to take you wherever you want to go.
Change has been good to you, and this book I need to keep in my back pocket.
I'll probably email you with a bunch of drama. Is that cool?
Do so. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll give you a little insight.